Hello everyone. Today I'm here to do my final review, my full recap of GRANDELASH. So I have been using this exactly 3 months today. It is my 3-month anniversary. I like by date. So I started it December 16th. So January 16th, February 16th, March 16th. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it has been a full 3 months and I'm gonna do my full recap for you all. So it feels really weird in the world right now. It feels wrong to not at least mention coronavirus and COVID-19. I don't know if I'll leave this part in the video because I feel like it could be possibly contentious. Someone might be offended. I don't know. But wherever you are in the world, I hope that you're staying safe. I hope that you are able to take precautionary measures. I hope that people around you are taking things seriously and social distancing and all that stuff. That's all I'm really gonna say about it because there's news everywhere and I realize that the internet is not, well, the internet is a place for information, but like social media, when I look at stuff like this, I'm not expecting to be bombarded with information about stressful things. But this is my first video since all of this has really ramped up in the US, so I wanted to at least mention it. But that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna jump in. So I started using this on December 16th. I still have the packaging. Please hold. So this is what the packaging looks like. It claims, if you don't know what this is a lash lengthening serum. If you are looking up this video, I assume that you're like interested in the product or something. So you probably already know what it is, but if you just happened upon this or you're subscribed to my channel or whatever, this is a lash lengthening serum. So it is supposed to give you longer and thicker looking lashes. It says that 97% of participants in this trial saw more visible lashes, 97% saw improved lash appearance, and 94% saw healthier looking lashes. It's also safe to use with lash extensions and contact lenses. It won a New Beauty Product Award. This has vitamins, peptides, and amino acids. It gives you longer and thicker looking lashes. Safe and effective. Results can be seen in as little as 4 weeks with full results in 3 months, which is why I'm doing this full recap now at 3 months. Warning, don't get it in your eyes, all of that stuff. Clear serum. This is supposed to last 3 months. This is what it looks like. This is what the actual product packaging looks like. It is in a really cute little brushed gold tube. That is what the applicator looks like. It's just a little brush. Super easy to use. Bada boom. Which I will do a little disclaimer here. I'm wearing mascara in all of these pictures, and the reason that is because honestly, without mascara, you really can't tell how long my lashes are. Like the very root of my lashes is kind of dark, but all of the length is basically blonde. It blends in with my skin. You wouldn't be able to tell whether or not my lashes even existed beyond just the roots if I wasn't wearing mascara in these. So in all of the after pictures, I am wearing the same mascara. It's the Buxom Extrovert mascara. In the before picture, I am wearing the Caution mascara from Hourglass, which is my favorite mascara. I just currently don't have a fresh tube of it because I'm on a low buy and I ran out and I had this, so I just decided to use this for my after pictures. I feel it gives a similar effect with a little bit of a wetter formula, honestly. Like that's really my thoughts on difference. But let's jump back. Okay, so before I started using this, I had pathetic lashes, like really pathetic lashes. I mean, I thought they were pathetic. I've always been self-conscious of my lashes. I would never look at anyone else on this planet and think, oh, you don't have any lashes, or oh, your lashes are short. That's just not my jam. But I did look at myself in the mirror and think those things. Honestly, I didn't really have that big of a problem with it. I was able to work with what I had. Never had eyelash extensions. Really don't like wearing false lashes, so I just kind of embraced what I had and I was okay with it. But then I learned about the serum and I was like, I want to try that because everybody raves about it, and I was like, well, that's probably all lies, but I want to try it. So here we are. I had really low expectations. I thought at best it would do something and at worst it would make my eyelashes fall out. I started to see results from using this product within probably 3 weeks. I could have sworn to you that I saw results sooner than that, but I would say like notable results started around 3 weeks. I could tell that my lashes were looking longer. I could tell that they were looking fuller. As you can see from my beginning photo, from my before photo, my lashes really were not noteworthy. I mean, they were just there. They weren't very long. They were definitely not dramatic. They weren't what I would call full. I had to really work with them to get them to look noteworthy with mascara on, or look the way that I wanted them to, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I just had to work with them a lot. I feel like mascara was the longest step in my makeup routine, which is probably nuts to a lot of people, but it was true for me. So I started to see results around 3 weeks of basically longer looking lashes and thicker looking lashes. And also, my lashes started to look darker. I didn't know if that was all in my brain or if it was real, but I really think that it was real now, because at this point, my lashes do look a lot darker. So between weeks 3 and 7.5, 8, I would say that really things just stayed steady. Things just kept growing. My lashes continued to look longer and fuller. I was so happy with them. I cannot even tell you. I was thrilled. I've never loved my lashes more in my life. I would brag about them. I would talk about them. I was all about my lashes. You know, I was feeling myself, and that's okay to do. And then around 8.5, maybe 9 weeks, I started experiencing lash breakage. So I have no idea if this had anything to do with the serum at all. It honestly could have been the fact that I sleep on my face, but this has never really happened to me, at least not where I've noticed it happening. So I was a little bit struck by it. I didn't know what the cause of it was, so I was a little bit nervous about it. I don't know. I was just a little bit paranoid because I was using a lash enhancing product, and I was scared that maybe it was having an effect of making all my lashes break off. So I talked about this a little bit on Instagram. I got some feedback from a bunch of people, things that I could do to strengthen my lashes, because clearly if they were breaking off, they were getting brittle or weaker, right? So I decided that I was going to use some type of lash strengthening serum or oil or something in addition to the Grande Lash. I was considering stopping using it at that point because like I said, it made me nervous, but I decided that for science, for this review's purposes, I wanted to keep using it, even though I was kind of scared that my lashes were just going to continue to break off. So I decided to use a lash strengthening serum, something a little bit nourishing, just to kind of counteract any brittleness that might occur or any weakness that might occur, just something that would strengthen and nourish my lashes while I was continuing to use this serum that artificially enhanced them, right? So in my mind, it made sense that that would kind of balance things out, because my lashes are not naturally long at all. I do not pretend to understand the science behind these types of serums. I do not understand how they work, how they function. I've been told several different things. I've read several different things. So I really don't even feel like I can talk about that, because I don't know, like, with 100% certainty. But in my mind, I was like, okay, my natural lashes are not this long. They never get this long, not ever. So maybe I'm naturally prone to having weaker lashes, right? So if that's the case, then the longer they get, the weaker they're gonna be, because they're already not that strong. So breakage made sense to me when I thought about it like that. I was like, okay, my lashes are not the best in terms of like their integrity and their strength. So maybe this is just exacerbating that issue. I need something to like reinforce. So that is what I did. And honestly, if I were to do this all over again, or if I would recommend this to someone else, I would recommend that they start using some type of nourishing or strengthening serum from the get-go, because I feel like that would just set you up more for success in the future, and you probably wouldn't have that breakage issue. So anyway, I started at first using the Briogeo castor oil, which I have used on my lashes before, and I have difficulty committing to a regimen of castor oil on my lashes because I find it so uncomfortable. Everybody's different, but it's just so heavy. I never just get in bed and go to sleep. If I did, if this was like my very last thing before I went to bed, I mean, I feel like it would maybe rub up on the pillow and maybe not even do anything, but I never just get in bed and go to sleep. I'll read or I'll watch TV. I know that that's not good for you, but hey, I'm a human and I do it, and I'm not gonna lie to you. But it feels so heavy on the lashes, and it's just a really thick oil. It's very thick, and it weighs down my lip. It makes me feel so tired. It makes me feel not good. So I could not commit to this yet again. This is something that definitely would be great for like brows and maybe even the roots of your hair, but it just doesn't work well for my lashes. So I decided to start using the Cell MD Brow and Lash Boosting Serum in addition to this, because I've used this before and I really liked it for strengthening my lashes and making them look really lush. So I thought combining these two would be good, and it has been. I've been using this combo for about 3.5 or 4 weeks, and I've really, really loved it. Another thing that I started doing at that point is I started using this every other day instead of every day. Not just because of the breakage issue, but because I wanted to make this tube last longer, and it has made it last longer. So this is not even close to being empty yet. And like I said, I'm at the 3 months, but I do use this every night, and I also use it on my brows. So there you go. But I absolutely love, love, love this combo. It definitely stopped the breakage in its tracks. My lashes are all back to being the same length on both sides. They're not sparse. It's all good. Because when the breakage was happening, I looked like a person that had eyelash extensions that were about to fall out, or that most of them had already fallen out. You know what I'm talking about? When people have their lashes done and they are, you know, they're ready for a fill-in or whatever, and it looks like they have 3 really long lashes. That's what I looked like when the breakage was all happening, and I was so nervous that that's just what it was going to look like for the rest of the time that I was testing this stuff, and I'm so glad that that wasn't true. So I really do think that this helped reinforce my lashes, and I really do like it, and I will continue to use it. It also has a wand, which I really like. I don't think that this would be good for the Grande Lash. I don't think that it would be a good applicator for it, because I do think that it has the potential to be irritating, and if you get it in your eyes, it definitely stings. From that point on, from the 8 to 9 week point, I just continued using these two together, with this every other night and this every night. And I was super happy with my results. So here is the beginning photo to the last photo. I wouldn't say that the increase in length was super dramatic from like 7.5 weeks to the 13-week mark. I didn't take photos when I was having the issues with sparseness, because honestly, I found that it didn't really translate on camera. I even tried to show it on like Instagram stories, and I don't feel like you could tell. It's saved to my Grande Lash highlight on my page, so if you want to go check it out, you can feel free to do that. But I didn't take a photo of that because I guess the mascara would separate my lashes enough to where you couldn't tell. Like, it made the long bits evenly dispersed enough to where it just looked like my lashes were full. I don't know. I couldn't get it to show up on camera in a way that made it look meaningful at all. But in terms of length, I just don't feel like there's that big of a difference between 7.5 weeks and 13 weeks, maybe a little bit. I don't feel like my lashes are growing anymore, and that's fine with me. I don't want them to grow anymore, because honestly, they're very long right now, and if they were any longer, they would like touch my brow bone and get mascara on my brow bone, and I don't want that. Okay, so I don't know if this review was at all good, but I do want to talk a little bit about the negative aspects that you could see from this product right after I recap my full feelings. My full feelings are basically that this is as good as everyone has said, in my opinion. I know, like, when I was having the breakage issue, several people messaged me on Instagram and they were like, oh, so-and-so on YouTube said that this product sucked. So-and-so on YouTube said that they experienced this from this product and they threw it away. I stuck with it, and I'm glad that I did. If I would have thrown it away at that point and just said, yeah, this made all my lashes break off, then yeah, I probably wouldn't have a good opinion of it. But because I figured out a way to make it work, I'm really happy with it, because like I said at the beginning of this video, I've always been self-conscious of my eyelashes. My whole life, I've always been self-conscious of my eyelashes, and I am not anymore. I'm really happy with my eyelashes, both with makeup and without makeup. I just think that they look good. So I'm very, very happy with my results, and I will be continuing to use this because I'm happy with my results. That being said, if you are thinking about using this, there are a couple of potential negative side effects that I have heard a lot about and read a lot about. So the number one potential negative side effect, and the one that I have definitely heard the most about from tons of people, like whenever I would talk about this on Instagram, tons of people would come to me saying that they experienced this, and that is darkening of the lash line. So when you use this, I didn't explain this, I guess I should have, you really just swipe it across your upper lash line, both of them. That's how you apply it. It's really easy. Over time, some people using this develop like kind of a purplish line on their top lash line, which I can understand would be super problematic if you're someone that really doesn't wear makeup, or someone that doesn't ever wear eyeliner, or someone who feels uncomfortable with eyeliner, or just someone who feels uncomfortable having a strange random patch of basically like purple pigment show up on your eyelid. I'm not gonna lie, that would probably freak me out. I never experienced that, not even a little bit. I have a friend who experienced it like 9 weeks in or 6 weeks in or something. Like she didn't have even a trace of it until like the 6-week mark, and then it developed. But that was by and large the most commonly reported effect from using this. Like most people I talked to experienced it. So if you're someone that's thinking about using this, prepare yourself, because it seems like it's more likely than not to happen. The second side effect is really just generalized irritation. I spoke with someone from the brand before I started using this about how to use it, and they warned me that this can be irritating, and that in the beginning you should not apply like a full dropper like this. You should just take it and wipe it off on the inside edge before applying it to your lash line, and do that for a little while so you can acclimate to it before you put the full amount on. Because apparently it can be irritating. But I did that from the very beginning, so I never experienced irritation. There are those people that over time develop a sort of reaction to it. I guess it really just depends on who you are. I never experienced any irritation from it. I never experienced any rash or anything from it. I don't even notice when I put it on, honestly. It dries down pretty quickly. I don't worry about it rubbing off. It does really sting if you get it in your eyes. If you do that, wash it off and start over. Beyond that, I do want to talk about what happens after you stop using it. So I've talked to a lot of people about this because I was legitimately concerned, and this is like a lack of education thing, but I was legitimately concerned that if I use this, when I stopped using it, all of my eyelashes would fall out. So that's not what happens. Apparently, it's sort of like postpartum hair loss. Like when you're pregnant and all those hormones are happening, you retain a lot more hair than you ordinarily would. So you don't really shed hair while you're pregnant. And that's sort of the same thing that happens. When you're using this serum, you don't really lose eyelashes. It just makes you retain more of your eyelashes. So when you have your baby and those hormones kind of dissipate, you start losing a lot of hair, and it seems like you're losing all of your hair, when in reality, most of the time you're just losing what you would have lost naturally anyway, and your hair just kind of goes back to the way it was pre-pregnancy. That's the way that this is. When you stop using it, your lashes, most people's lashes, will just go back to the way that they were pre-lash serum. So it may seem like you're losing a lot of lashes, or that things are breaking really fast or more than normal, but really it's probably just what you would have lost if you had never used the serum anyway. And I've talked to a lot of people about that because I was, like I said, really concerned. I'm sure that this does not apply to everyone. I'm sure that everything in this video that I've said does not apply to everyone. Every experience is individual. Every experience is unique. And I'm sure that there are people that experience unnatural lash loss after they stop using this. I cannot attest to that because I cannot attest to it on either side because I haven't stopped using it, and I have really no plans to stop using it. So yeah, every experience is individual. If you want to check out my highlight reel on Instagram with my results and some like chit chat in between progress photos, feel free to do so. I will link my Instagram down below. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm sorry this was a little bit convoluted and not like super linear or like well condensed, but if you've watched my videos before, you'll know that I am known for giving this disclaimer at the end because I don't write out scripts for my videos, guys. I just wing it. Okay, so I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.